So Lizzo.
Who?
Lizzo. You don't do that. Lizzo.
I ain't heard Lizzo's name. Child, what she did?
Well, she started this is a urban topic, because not everyone really was talking about this, but she did an interview with Vogue for the October cover, and she shares messages about body positivity and self-love, and she said that body positivity has now become commercialized. She said in quotes, now when you use the hashtag body positivity, you see smaller frame girls, you see curvy girls, a lot of white girls, but you don't see the girls with the fat backs, you don't see the girls with the bellies that hang, you don't see the girls with thighs that aren't separated, that overlap, or the girls with stretch marks. Basically, girls who are in the 18 plus club. This is her words exactly. So we're seeing people that are, they're thick, this, that, and the third. There's a difference between thick and someone that is overweight. And we're not seeing the people that she's explaining. People like her. Because there's only Lizzo.
Right.
You can't count thick people because there's a difference between being thick, that's acceptable. That's still kind of acceptable, than someone that has a body size like Lizzo. The only other person that you can see was Adele back in the day because the girl done lost some weight. I definitely could relate to this because I am a heavier set person, and I often when I'm looking for clothes and stuff like that, and you'll see H&M, because I shop at H&M and I shop at ASOS. H&M has plus sizes, but when you look at the plus size models, they just thick, honey. Like, and then when you see certain pieces, when you see certain clothes. Like, they're like, okay, yeah, this is the plus size section. This is, we're not making any plus size in that, in these pieces. Sorry. I'm like, it can be frustrating. There is no inclusivity when it comes to, people that are overweight. There's only there's only thick people and there's only skinny people. So I think that she had a point with this. I think she was morally talking about, the entertainment industry, which that's a small window of big people that we've ever seen. Like when you thinking about the Jasmine Sullivans, Jill Scotts, that's it. I don't see any other artists. And then we have a lot of artists that are thick. Like, we see Nicki Minaj with Anaconda. She was trying to do that body positivity thing, but girl, you thick, girl. You not that big. Like, you haven't
body positivity,
huh?
Not that was. I don't know if that song was about body.
That's what she said. That's what she said.
That's what Nicki said.
That's
not when your song said "fuck them skinny bitches in the club." If you skinny, fuck them skinny. Wait a minute.
No, she wanted. She said in interviews she wanted to make a song for the curvy girl. Okay, that was our Lizzo before Lizzo was Lizzo. That was our only Lizzo, honey. Huh?
We had Lizzos before. We had Aretha Franklin. We had Mahalia Jackson. We had Jennifer Hudson. We had, we've had bigger girls before. We had the Holidays. Now, as far as like them being considered sex symbols, I think that's the part of the conversation that people aren't really touching on. Mm-hmm. And it's not about being body positive and embracing and owning your own body. It's like, no, you want to feel and be embraced as sexy and to be marketed as sexy and beautiful, just like any other person would. And the only failed logic in that when you're dealing in Hollywood is that we get into it. We're so, like I said, after the last episode, our generation is so obsessed with reality TV that it has kind of distorted, what is real and what is not. People forget the entertainment business is supposed to be about the imagination. It is supposed to be about, surrealism and alternatives and things like that. Hollywood is about creating a dream or taking archetypes and stereotypes and whatever and projecting that back for entertainment purposes. What people want now is for Hollywood, the Hollywood dream and vision and marketing to reflect reality. And, that's what the struggle is. It's like, well...
Is that a problem? That we want to reflect reality?
No. Well, my thing is just live your truth and live real life. Like...
Yeah, but okay,
y'all act like Ashley Stewart didn't exist. Well, that's the part that pissed me off. Like when you're bigger, like there have always been options. Don't say always, but it's not like it's.
I can't speak for women. I can't speak for women's clothes, but I will say that it has been hard to find clothes that I like, that is in my style, that is in my my size. You know, I shout out to ASOS. Shout out to ASOS because they actually do have models that look like that is just as big as I am. I could potentially be a candidate for ASOS model. Okay, hit me up.
Right. Do it.
Thank you. But that's it. You know, we got H&M that they have plus size tees. You know, we'll give you that. We'll give you those jeans. And we'll have waist size 40. We'll have double X certain times. Not all the time, but certain times. You know what I'm saying? That's why there's only I shop at H&M very seasonally.
Right.
Especially when it starts to get cold and they have to break out the hoodies and stuff like that. They'll have plus sizes. When it's summer, oh girl, you're not gonna wear that. I mean, it's too skimpy for you. You're too big for that. We're not gonna make that plus size. You know, and I can understand, you know, me being frustrated. Hey, I want to wear some clothes that I like to wear. I don't want to go to no damn big and tall store. Okay. Now, for a woman's perspective, my mom shopped at Ashley Stewart and she enjoyed the clothes. Some people that may not like Ashley Stewart clothes. You know, I want to wear my shit I want to go to Forever 21.
Okay.
But I can't because I bought a damn shirt from Forever 21. I got a double X shirt that fit like a damn large. Who is sewing y'all clothes? It doesn't make any sense. I feel like there should be inclusion, especially when it comes to clothes. If this person can have this type of clothing, and I may find it, you know, that I want to wear it, you know, I feel like it should be a size for me. It's no, and you know, I have conversations with my best friend all the time. It's like, oh, well, do you think that it costs more to make plus size clothes?
Well, I mean, the fabric costs, but other than that, I don't think so.
I feel like if it does, girl, these are $1 billion companies. I'm exaggerating. I don't know if H&M is a $1 billion company, but these companies are making a lot of money. Okay, so if it does cost extra to have some plus size, god damn it, y'all got the money for it. Okay, we just want more inclusion. That's what I ask as a big person. And you know, yeah. When you're talking about the entertainment industry, when you're talking about Hollywood, you know, hey, I might want to be Spider-Man, but you know, Spider-Man, if you want to be true to the continuity of Spider-Man wasn't overweight and or wasn't heavyset. I get that. But, you know, let's start making films that incorporate, you know, or start hiring, or I don't know. I'm not no actor, so I don't know. But I would like to see a lot of bigger people in certain films and movies and stuff like that. It would be nice. And I'm not talking about the Fat Amy roles. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, the roles that you know the actor that plays the bigger friend that is funny and you know, it's weird. I mean, Melissa McCarthy, she also plays in roles that are not like the stereotypical big girl. But like I said, it's a selective few.
Mm-hmm.
And also she's a white woman too. So, you know, it's a little bit more privilege there. When you look at the girl that played Precious, like I don't think
fat white girls have been winning.
Huh?
They've been winning.
Well,
you know, it's funny. Another conversation I think I saw was about how bigger people, when it comes to like Hollywood and the industry, like they're usually used for like comic relief. Like they're always the funny ones. Like fat equals funny, and that's not fair. But I think about people like Lonnie Love. I'm like, well, she's fat, but she's never really been funny to me.
Yeah, can I have a love interest? I'm not talking about being a superhero, but I'm like, can I have a love interest movie of an overweight person?
Queen Latifah played a role. Well,
girl, she was thick. She was thick. I wouldn't even call her overweight.
You wouldn't?
She was thick. I mean, someone like Precious. Like, what's her name?
Like Monique? Oh, Gabby. Like
Gabby. Yeah. You know, and she definitely played in some roles. They gave her a love interest on Empire, which I loved. I loved that. I thought that was interesting because, hey, you know, big girls got love. You know, we get love too. Yeah, what I'm saying
they do. Absolutely. All the big people I know, they're always in happy, healthy relationships. Now, whether or not they're being used by their lovers or not, I don't know. But from what I know, they seem like it's easier for them to get into a relationship than it is for mostly attractive people because
You said big people or big women?
Well, I mean, most of the bigger people I know are in relationships.
Because in the male community, I do feel like I feel
that girls love big dudes. I think it's because
girls
you're
love
a
big
part of
dudes.
because you're a part of the LGBTQ scene. It's different because we are all about aesthetics, and it's like it's weird to me. It's like
men are very visual.
Yeah, that's trash.
It is.
But I love everybody, so I can't speak from.
And there's certain men that I come across that are it's not a thing. It surprises me sometimes because when I talk to my friends, I'm not gonna name drop them or anything. It's like, oh, I like my men thick. I'm like, oh really? Oh, I would have never known because I've been used to being like, oh no, sorry, you're not my type. You kind of big. This, that, and the third.
Oh my God, people say that? That's crazy.
Well, I got a couple people, on the apps or whatever. That's why I'm like,
that's a dangerous play. I told you,
it's a dangerous. Place. That's why I don't shoot my shot. I do not shoot my shot, girl. You got to come to me.
But you got to shoot. That's the thing. No, but see you can't do that because that's not how it's gonna work. This idea that you think that people's gonna grab it, now go out there and get what you want. I told you last step, people dying, Darren. Maybe it. Go out there and get what you want. It's a numbers game. There's 8 billion people in the world.
I hate rejection, honey.
Okay, well, you got to get over that. If you're going to survive this thing called life, you have to become comfortable with rejection because rejection sometimes is your protection. Like if you reject me, and I know what I can bring, what I'm bringing to the table outside of what I look like you rejecting me could be the best thing for my life because you could probably be the person. I may be attracted to you because you fine, or I may think that you fine, and you could abuse me in a way that someone, the other people would not. So go out there and shoot your shot. You don't know what other people, you don't know how it's going to work unless you try. So don't be discouraged and think that, because the world don't owe you, I had to learn this the hard way. The world owes you nothing. The world owes you nothing but space and opportunity. That's the only thing, when you're born into this world, the only thing that you are really granted and owed is space and opportunity to live. That's it. Anything other than that, you got to go out there and get it yourself.
Yeah.
You got to go get it yourself. So if you're going to be on the app and you see something that you like, shoot your shot, Darren, because what may attract them to you may not be anything about have to do with your body type. It could be about the fact like, oh, this nigga approached me like I like his confidence. Like I'm attracted to his confidence. You can tell when somebody has low self-esteem. You can tell when somebody doesn't, like, they haven't fully gotten into themselves yet, and that can be unattractive. Like I don't want no man that doesn't. I don't want no man that doesn't think that he's worthy of me. Like that, I'm not gonna find you attractive if you already think that you don't deserve me. How's that unattractive? And what does that say about me wanting to be with somebody like that?
Right.
You know what I mean? So go out there and shoot your shot.
Oh no! Once I'm in talking to somebody, the confidence, even if I don't feel confident, I would never let my partner know about that. That's I'll keep that in the back of my mind.
It's not even about them knowing. It's like, but that has to do with the inner work. It's never about the other person. It's about how you feel about you, whether you're with somebody or not. Like you have to know that you are that inward. You know what I mean? Like,
of course, and I project that, child. I project that.
But you just said, if you know that, it's not even about projecting. If you know that, if you truly know that, then it has nothing to do with your body type. Like like Lizzo's message, like girls like Lizzo, she knows who she is. So it doesn't matter. You can reject me all you want to. I know what I am. I know what I care and what I have. And it's not going to stop her from getting whatever man she wants. Or if she pursues a man, I'm pretty sure she has a higher success rate than those people like that. They're waiting on some man to magically pop up on their course. They want this desire to be chased. Like, I want someone to look at me and want to pursue me. Oh, okay. Well, you keep waiting, feeling that way. Waiting and wanting somebody outside of you to validate your experience, waiting on someone outside of you to validate your worth, to validate your sexy, to validate your confidence. Like, keep waiting on that. The world is moving. Everybody got their own shit to deal with. Anybody got time to be trying to chase you just to make you feel bad about yourself? Who got time for that? A user? Somebody's trying to play you? That's who. Go out there and get some men, Darren, and quit playing with these people.
Okay, you just continuously always stepping on my toes.
That's right.
Every episode.
I best you. That's right. That's right. All your toes will be nice and crushed and crunchy.
Not crunchy.
It should be crushed and crunchy. I'm ready because I need to go to the episode. We come like, Darren, how you bouncing all these men? That's what I'm start asking you for tips. Like, Darren, what you got these? Damn, what is going on with these?
Child,
today, not even got to a team, child.
I mean, I've been texting people.
Yeah. Enjoy it. Take your time. But yeah, so body positivity is just about owning your own skin, and the Hollywood narrative is changing. It's being more, accepting and embracing, and I think that we are moving into a culture where we one day will just be able to embrace everybody. But I think that the illusion that Hollywood was always intended to create is coming down. We're watching the veils come down in every arena. Veils are coming down in religion. The veil is coming down in politics. The veil is coming down in entertainment and in media. And it's like, okay, the only issue I have with that is that once we remove the veil, that means we have blurred lines, and people are going to start having a real aversion to reality, because you will not know what's real and what's fake, because everything's going to look the same. Think about that. Think about it.
But do you think before that generation, everything looked the same, and that's why people are trying to fight for inclusion, because everything looked the same at one point? Everybody was white. Yeah. Everybody was men, or at one point, everybody was one race.
But but I look back at old movies and I'm thinking like, well, this was a selling point. They were selling to buyers, right? You were selling this image and dream to the people that had the money to consume these things. So when you started having black people who could go to the movies, and you had black people who were were part of the business world, and they needed suits, and when they needed different clothing, like that's when shit started changing and the look started changing, because you had to market it to a different group of people. You look at Hollywood now, you look at these roles, it's like, okay, well, people go to the movies, they want to see themselves, otherwise they're not going to start spending. America is about dollars, the capitalism. Capitalism changes everything in our country. When you start affecting the bottom line, when people say, well, if we're not going to be represented, we're not going to pay, that's when shit changes. That's when you start seeing bigger people getting lead roles, because if we're going to be in this industry and we're making you all millions of dollars, if we sit out, then guess what? People that look like me aren't going to pay to come to your movies anymore. People are learning how to wield their influence on the different industries. And, so that's why I feel like the veil is coming down. It's going to rip, because everything is now going to be portraying reality. Like what is our day-to-day reality. And that's what people want to see on TV. That's what they want to hear in the music. That's what they want to see in politics. Like, that's why we have a Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a bastion of white privilege in a reality TV setting. So that's what people want to see on TV. They want to see this white rich man who is arrogant, who literally operates in total freedom. He can say whatever he wants to say. He goes where he wants to go. He does whatever he wants to do because he can afford to do so. That is the American dream. He is a walking version of an American dream of freedom looks like. And now we realize how dangerous that is in a position of power. It's dangerous. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
It's dangerous to those who do not have access to that type of freedom. And it's dangerous to those who are threatened by that type of freedom. So I don't know. Like, everything is changing, and but people just have to be more comfortable with who they are and showing up and being who they are in this experience. Because with the veils ripping the way they are, you got to be body positive. Hell, you got to love yourself, and for yourself. The world is crazy.
I've gained love for myself.
Thank you, Lizzo. I'm proud of Lizzo. I remember when she first started like appearing, like making, watching the comments and make people like she was doing the most. And sometimes you have to do the most to raise the awareness. And she put herself out there, and she was rewarded for it.